Joseph and his coat of many colors. Once upon a time, in the land of Canaan, there lived a young boy named Joseph. He was one of 12 sons of a man named Jacob, but Joseph was very special to his father. Jacob loved Joseph more than any of his other sons and made him a beautiful coat of many colors. This coat was bright and vibrant, shimmering in the sunlight with hues of red, blue, green, and yellow. Joseph's brothers saw the special coat their father had given him, and they became very jealous. They could not understand why their father loved Joseph so much more than them. Whenever Joseph came near, they would murmur and frown, their hearts filled with envy and resentment. One night, Joseph had a strange dream. He dreamt that he and his brothers were binding sheaves of grain in the field, when suddenly his sheaf rose and stood upright, while their sheaves gathered around and bowed down to it. When he told his brothers about the dream, they became even angrier. Another night, Joseph had yet another dream. This time, he dreamt that the sun, moon, and 11 stars were bowing down to him. When he told his father and brothers about this dream, his father scolded him, asking if he thought they would all bow down to him one day. But his father also kept the dream in mind, wondering what it might mean. One day, Joseph's brothers went to graze their father's flocks near Shechem. Jacob sent Joseph to check on them and bring back news. As Joseph approached, his brothers saw him coming from a distance and plotted to harm him. "Here comes the dreamer," they said. "Let's kill him and see what becomes of his dreams." Reuben, the eldest brother, tried to save Joseph by suggesting they throw him into a dry well instead of killing him, hoping to rescue him later. The brothers agreed, and when Joseph arrived, they stripped him of his beautiful coat and threw him into the empty well. While they were eating, a caravan of Ishmaelites approached, traveling to Egypt. Judah, another brother, suggested they sell Joseph to the Ishmaelites instead of leaving him to die. The brothers agreed and sold Joseph for 20 pieces of silver. The merchants took Joseph away to Egypt. To cover up what they had done, the brothers took Joseph's coat, slaughtered a goat, and dipped the coat in its blood. They brought the bloodied coat back to their father and told him that a wild animal had killed Joseph. Jacob was heartbroken and mourned for his son for many days. Meanwhile, in Egypt, Joseph was sold to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh. Though he faced many challenges, Joseph never lost faith. He knew that God had a plan for him, and he remained hopeful even in the darkest of times. Joseph worked hard in Potiphar's house and earned his master's trust. However, Potiphar's wife falsely accused Joseph of a terrible crime, and he was thrown into prison. Even in prison, Joseph's faith did not waver. He interpreted dreams for his fellow prisoners, and his gift for interpreting dreams soon reached Pharaoh. Pharaoh had a troubling dream that no one could interpret. He dreamt of 7 fat cows being eaten by 7 thin cows, and 7 healthy ears of grain being swallowed by 7 thin, scorched ears. Hearing of Joseph's ability, Pharaoh summoned him. Joseph, with God's guidance, explained that the dreams meant 7 years of plenty would be followed by 7 years of famine. Impressed by Joseph's wisdom, Pharaoh made him the second most powerful man in Egypt, in charge of storing grain during the years of plenty to prepare for the famine. Joseph's careful planning saved Egypt and its people from starvation during the harsh years of famine. During the famine, Joseph's brothers came to Egypt to buy food, not recognizing him. Joseph tested them to see if they had changed, and eventually he revealed his true identity. The brothers were terrified, but Joseph forgave them, saying, "What you meant for evil, God meant for good." Joseph's entire family, including his father Jacob, moved to Egypt, where they were reunited and lived in peace. Joseph's dreams had indeed come true, but not in the way anyone had expected. Through his faith and perseverance, Joseph saved many lives and brought his family back together. And so, the story of Joseph and his coat of many colors reminds us that even in the face of adversity, faith and forgiveness can lead to great blessings and reunions.